Next, I would like to invite Karthikeyan Natarajan, Executive Director and COO Cyient, who is also the chair of the ER&D Council, to share the industry outlook with us. Karthik is widely recognized as a thought leader across the industry with almost 3 decades of experience in the engineering industry, with a strong focus on product development, digital transformation, and R&D. It's great to have you here with us this morning. Karthik, over to you.
Good day all. I'm really excited to welcome all of you for this event. And to just start off, I want to quote the interview given by McKinsey company CEO Bob to Economic Times a few days ago by saying that the problems all of us need to tackle are about growth, climate change, and talent. And many individuals have started that it is India's decade or decade. I truly assume it is India's century once we have a look at few of the uncooked components. By 2047, India would have 20% of the world's working inhabitants. So with our vast India talent pool, it is very likely that as we hit 2047, our 100th year of independence, India will be a hub of product and platform innovation and leading the world from the top. On that note, I welcome all of you for the 14th edition of Nasscom Design and Engineering Summit. I'm proud to be part of this inclusive and growing community of innovators, thinkers, designers, and leaders. This is a great time to be at the forefront of technological innovation as we take on the challenge of designing a sustainable, connected future. Today, India is the largest engineering talent hub outside of all the headquarters. It receives global investments and a growing interest in its semiconductor, automotive, and telecom capabilities. The global mega trends reigning this decade and driving technology disruptions revolve around human well-being and personalization of medical health, smart operations, intelligent transport and mobility, sustainability, and meta-mobility and space. They impact business across multiple industries, with 520 out of the top 1,000 R&D spenders from India. This is a turning point for us to take charge and define the future of technology innovation. We are also capable of scaling talent for more ER&D opportunities with an estimated team size of 2 million plus engineers set to be part of this R&D sector by end of this decade. What a moment for all of us to really claim 20% of the world innovation is going to come from India. Additionally, 46 of the top 50 service providers have presence in India, with 12 headquartered out of India. India is really becoming a global innovation hub for software and digital engineering. And we have the potential to lead the charge in building the future that is sustainable, hyper-connected, and secure. So how do we go about designing a sustainable and connected future? First and foremost, the sustainability imperative. Not surprisingly, in a recently conducted ER&D survey, creating products for circular economy, greening the products, supply chain, and production continues to be one of the top priorities for the organizations. We won't use the collective intelligence here to engage responsible R&D in creating and driving sustainable economy and how India can lead global action on this front. A recent economist report called out the need to focus on the E of ESG and how, if we take this to mean environment or emissions, it boils down to the same action. The immediate reduction of pollution or emissions worldwide. ER&D has a very important role in this, with the future being electrification of propulsion systems and the energy transition towards renewable and cleaner energy sources. The most important aspect of enabling this is about forward-thinking innovation. 70% of the respondents in the ER&D survey mentioned that they are exploring co-creation opportunities with startups and engineering service providers, along with their own centers located in India. This can be made possible through IP rights, government policies, collaborating with academia, and creating innovation superclusters. And interlinked with all this is need of hyper-connected future, the IT-OT convergence. This is likely to last for the next 2 decades and led by cybersecurity and data privacy are important discussion areas for ER&D organizations as most of them look at creating connected products as one of the topmost investment area. Connectivity will be pervasive, enabled by fiber optics, 5G, private wireless. Additionally, with the coming of trillion sensor economy, every product, plant, and equipment will be connected before end of this decade, ensuring that the Internet of Things lives up to its purpose of sense and respond. At the core of this, however, we are engineers of tomorrow. How do we build that? While we are already preparing our organizations to be future ready, how are we contributing to creating talent for the future? And how are we being inspired by other industries to bring the best practices to ours, such as experience-driven design and space and drone technologies, etc. Now for the action items, where do we need to push to make India a top destination for engineering and R&D? First, softwarization and cloudification will drive global ER&D spend for this decade. The global ER&D spend, which is about $1.6 trillion as of 2021, 26% of them being done from India out of the 140 billion being done outside of the headquarters, which is roughly $36 billion coming from India as of 2021. The total ER&D spend is likely to grow to 2.9 trillion by end of this decade, resulting into $350 billion would be done outside of home base. And that is going to get us to 120 billion being delivered out of India, which is roughly 34% of the market share. This is driven by the increased proportion of software-led equipment and devices and cloud engineering across many sectors. Within the overall global ER&D spend, the digital engineering is expected to clock between 14 to 16% CAGR, and the share of digital in overall ER&D to increase to 65 to 70% by fiscal 31 from the current 35 to 38%. For us to work towards hyper-connected future, we will need to lay the right investment toward cloudification and software-defined assets and operations. The second part is about globalization to be structurally increased. ER&D services, unlike IT services, has historically been an under-penetrated market for India, given that it is core to revenue generation for enterprises. With the increasing relevance of time to market reduction and expansion of definition of what is non-core for enterprises, we believe the global penetration will increase from the current 9% to 12% of India's share. I think this is going to be something which is significant. India is well placed to capture the opportunity, and India's ER&D services market, which stood about 36 billion and which is likely to grow to 120 billion by end of this decade. This is an exciting opportunity that all of us are working towards. And for us, with the scale, availability of talent, and increasing scope of work being done remotely, we believe India is well placed to capture this opportunity. Lastly, with Nasscom, along with ER&D Council, eyeing to achieve about 120 billion by end of this decade. And this is not going to be achieved without a clear way of how do you want to really build on this. To do that, we are looking at 3-4 key initiatives. One, to build the technical capability and ecosystem, develop and grow talent through extra academic and practical training with industry joint assessment and certification, and strengthen the technical capability building ecosystem across India to drive talent at scale. 2, grow new opportunities for business, stimulate business from underpenetrated markets, read as Japan and Europe, through market acceleration programs, enable the existing ecosystem to grow by providing direction around possibilities for growth. Third, building industry narratives to brand India as an engineering and innovation hub with global outreach. Third point, nurturing India's innovation quotient. Policy framework to harness the power of collaborative research and innovation on identified national and global priorities. Develop platforms to enable the digital transformation across SMEs and the public sector. So I hope you make the most of this summit and engage in the discussions lined up to take this forward as a nation in the ER&D space. To put numbers to it, this year we are following a hybrid model. We will have close to 50 plus speakers, 500 plus participants, 25 plus sessions, master classes, innovation corners, and many more. I also want to thank the team that has worked to put this together, the ER&D Council and the event advisory leadership, along with the Nasscom Secretariat, all the speakers, the participants, and every one of you who contributed towards this. So once again, welcome to the 14th edition of Nasscom Design and Engineering Summit. Let's make India the destination of ER&D as we work to design a sustainable and connected future.
Thank you, Karthik, for sharing the industry outlook and your perspective with all of us.